Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Asgardians, mutants, Skrull, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., superhumans, Inhumans, just pretty much everyone that we've got in this giant Marvel universe. Welcome to another Liam Aiden gameplay video. Today is the launch day of Marvel Future Revolution. So I'm recording this on Wednesday 25th. I have no idea when I'm going to actually get this edited and up, hopefully soon. But I am checking out Marvel Future Revolution. Let's take a look at it. The brand new MMORPG that launched worldwide today. So this is kind of the first real mission, Chapter 1 Assemble. I've done the training. I selected Spidey as my hero, as you can see.
Where are they off to in such a hurry?
And we're going to see how this goes. We're going to play through this first mission and kind of see what it is about. Now, first things first, this game looks absolutely amazing, as you can see. I mean, obviously this is a video intro, but I think we're about to get to, here we go, about to get to some game footage here. I mean, it's kind of awesome. This is the kind of gameplay that we've got here, the kind of graphics that we've got here. This is the kind of stuff I think that we were seeing on console a few years ago. This honestly plays like a console game. I kind of can't believe that this is running on my iPad right now. Now the controls are a little weird, so like some of the other, I made some videos checking out some other Marvel games. I'll pop links to those down below. I did that in anticipation of this game coming out, and I'm pleased that I did, because the way you control this game, you're kind of holding your iPad or your phone, whatever mobile device you're going to use, you're kind of holding it like a controller. So on the left-hand side of the screen, I'm controlling Spidey's movement, and then on the right-hand side of the screen, I'm moving the camera around, which changes direction, but also changes, my vantage point, obviously, and I can kind of zoom in with that as well. So this is a map here that we can run around. I'm kind of purposely not going where I'm supposed to go, just to explore a little bit, but this is the first level, so I don't think there's going to be much to find. We're just going to follow this highlighted path as it takes us to this fence that I guess we're supposed to destroy. But I mean, this map is pretty cool. This reminds me of kind of PS4 console type games. It's really pretty awesome. Yeah, it's a lot of fun so far. Now, it is taking a while to get used to these controls. So forgive me if the camera wobbles all over the place as I get used to it. It is a little odd to be holding. Maybe it'd feel more natural with a phone or something a little smaller, but this iPad, it feels like a kind of huge controller that I've got right here, and it always feels a little weird to me to be using a touchscreen as you would a game's console controller, but actually I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. It's relatively intuitive, I think, and so far it does seem to be coming together pretty quickly. Now you'll see kind of the combat here. Okay, so I just leveled up. So you can see the combat here. I'm activating that by hitting that little, Spidey web shooter kind of button in the bottom right hand corner there. And the vast majority of this is sort of automated once you hit that button. So I guess let's explore a little bit and just go to the next area, and hopefully there'll be some combat I can kind of show you what I mean. Okay, here we go. So once we there you go. So you can hit that basic button there just to do a basic attack, but then these other buttons around the outside, like this one here, boom, I just did like a little swing there. I can activate these various other abilities, these other special moves that I can engage here. So it's kind of automated. If I just press the attack button, Spidey will just attack these characters using a mixture of the basic and the power-up attacks when they're available, or I can kind of take control, have a more active role in this, and actually decide which attacks to use at which times. It's kind of cool.
Why does everyone want to play with my toys?
Beats me, but if Hydra wants it, it must be dangerous. Hydra's the enemy here. Aim those things at them!
All my enemies will pay, and you're first, Spider.
So I don't know if the whole thing, obviously this is the first mission, I don't know if the whole thing is going to be this scripted, but presumably not. But right now this is super scripted. So here we've got this kind of boss fight with Green Goblin, which is fun, but you know, as you saw when I was kind of exploring that map there earlier, there's nothing to find so far. And I'm assuming once I complete Chapter 1, there's going to be more here to do in terms of sort of exploring different areas, finding, you know, secret things, side missions, and interacting with other players. And I'll have kind of more choices on how the story goes, I imagine. I certainly hope so anyway. Oh, this is kind of cool here. There you go. Every now and again you get kind of like a cinematic combat screen where you can actually interact with it, so it's not just playing out, but you get to make the final move like that. That was fun. That was fun. Okay, so I completed that first mission, and I'm now at Omega Flight Headquarters, which is kind of the login area that you come to every time you log onto the game. You can see there's a bunch of other players right now in the background, but what I want to do is just take a quick look at so there's tons of things to collect, by the way. You get so many daily kind of login things, but I wanted to take a quick look at this. Look at that. That is my current Spider-Man outfit. So one of the things that I'm kind of excited about in this game is that the characters are super customizable. So you can change the look of your heroes by acquiring these various costume pieces. The idea is that these are sort of different versions of Spider-Man from different dimensions. There's a sort of multiverse thing going on here in the game. Don't want to kind of spoil the story, but basically you're dealing with a multiverse. Look at that punk Spider-Man. I kind of love that there. So you can bring together different elements of different costumes, and I don't fully understand it yet, so I'm not going to go into this in depth. Maybe that'll be a future video, but unlike, say, Marvel Strike Force, where you're changing characters' costumes and it's just for appearance, these actually give you different abilities. So by adding, then my power just went down there when I actually equipped that punk Spider-Man headpiece, that cowl. So if I switch that back, there we go, to that Spider-Man piece just there, that actually increases my power. Now, only ever so slightly at this level, but it's kind of cool that the costumes, you know, first of all, you can do it to look cool and, you know, distinguish you from other characters. I think that does look a little ridiculous, but pretty cool there. But it also gives you new abilities and increases your power, and having more pieces that you kind of upgrade and that fit together, so more pieces of a single costume can make you more powerful. I think that's pretty cool, and I think it's going to be one of the areas that I really enjoy. I also kind of just really enjoy this login area here, this MMORPG element of it. I'm still kind of learning how to swing through the air, by the way. But it's kind of cool to see all these other people running around, right? These are all other players interacting all at different parts of the story here as we all kind of play together in this shared world. Speaking of the world, here's a quick look at the world map. This is Primary Earth, or Earth Primary, so you can see there's various Midgardia, Sakaar, the Dead Zone, Hydra Empire, and then New Stark City there, which is where I am, Omega Flight Headquarters right next to that. So this is the world that we're kind of interacting with, and missions. I kind of love these fidget animations. Look, Spidey taking a little selfie there, or kind of live streaming on his phone, and all the heroes have different fidgets, so Spidey's often kind of doing stuff with his phone there. But this is the world that we're going to be moving around as we kind of get various different missions. Whoops, so there you go. Part of the thing with this camera is it's interactive, right? I can move it around, but that also means I can sometimes end up kind of stuck behind a tree or some furniture somewhere. So it takes a little bit of getting used to, but you know, I said it before, this is kind of amazing that this is running on my iPad. This is reminding me of games that I've played on console, that I've played on PC, but never on my iPad before. So I think I'm gonna skip ahead here and try and find a mission to explore, so we can take a little bit of a more in-depth look at combat and generally how the actual gameplay works. All right, so this is now a little bit later. I've moved up. I'm now at level 9 and squad rank. So that's sort of, you know, you have a squad of heroes. I've only got Spidey so far, but I could add additional ones to that. So you've got both your squad rank and your individual rank. So my player level rank is 9, but my squad rank is level 4. And I'm just kind of playing around here with my Spidey, adding sort of different elements to his suit. I really like that green mask there, and just sort of adding pieces together. So I actually have, I think if I can find it here, I've managed to collect the entire, there we go, the entire punk Spidey outfit. So I could add all of those there. Look at that, that's pretty cool. Wow, I love that. So I could have the complete punk Spidey outfit, but they're actually saying that there's an auto-equip feature, which is pretty cool as well, which just kind of gives you the most powerful gear. So I guess you can either kind of role-play it, or just to your aesthetic, just kind of go with whatever you like, or that's the auto-equip. If I just use the auto-equip now, it gives me those kind of random pieces. It looks a little hodgepodgey, but I guess that is technically the most powerful version of myself at just under 15,000 power. So I think that's what I'm going to go with. I'm not going to play around with this too much. If people are interested, I might make more videos on this in future, kind of exploring the costumes and how you can customize them, because you can also kind of get rid of pieces and merge pieces together and stuff. It's a pretty complicated system, but I think I'm just going to stick with this now. This is what I'm going to play with, and we're gonna crack on with a mission. Actually, before we do that, I just want to take a quick look at alliances. So once you reach a certain level, I was automatically put in this alliance, this new agent alliance. Again, this is going to be a future video where I go kind of more in depth into this, into how alliances work, because, spoiler alert, I don't know how they work yet. I am brand new at this, but it looks as though just by being auto put in this alliance, as I kind of move through the world and achieve various different accomplishments, that's all going to contribute toward my alliance power and my alliance goals. And I guess later we'll be able to unlock kind of missions where we team up together to complete certain objectives. But generally, just as I move through the world, I'm going to be contributing to my alliance. So that's pretty cool. I'm pleased that is an element of the gameplay that they've got here. Okay, so we're on a mission now. We're headed out to New Stark City. I mean, man, this just looks gorgeous, right? It's so cool. And so cool to see this running so smoothly on the iPad too. So now we're in New Stark City, and I guess so I guess I can choose one of these as a reward. So kind of everything you do at the beginning of the game, you're just getting a bunch of pieces, a bunch of kind of extra rewards that you can use to power your character up and just kind of have fun with costumes and learn about the different game elements. It's really very cool. I'm sure that a lot of this becomes completely irrelevant later on. So I'm to level 10 now. I'm sure a lot of the stuff they're giving you is basically useless. It's just really low-powered stuff, but it's very cool to be getting it, to be kind of inundated with so much at the beginning of the game. I'm definitely enjoying it. But yeah, let's see what's going on in New Stark City.
From the reports that I'm receiving, some sort of armed militia may have been responsible for the base's power failure.
Armed militia, that's no good. That's never a good sign. I guess you're going to need me to take care of that for you, Dr. Pym. Okay, the Punisher's here. That's kind of cool. It's really cool to see these other characters. Spidey, not a fan of the Punisher, shaking his head right there. It's really cool to see these other characters kind of interacting that you're not necessarily able to play as yet. Maybe they're going to add the Punisher later, or maybe that's something that you can kind of unlock, but it's kind of cool to see them all interacting here together, and different versions of them in the kind of multiverse too. Okay, so we got to try and give help to these the parts of the city that are sort of being disrupted here. So this is where it gets much more MMORPG-ish, right? It looks like there's something I can collect over here. So there's tons of these things around the map too. So I guess here, boom, I just collected, okay, some sort of energy converter. Okay, cool. I'll take that. I don't really know what to do with it just now, but I'll find something to do with it later. So this is cool. This is where the MMORPG element really comes in, right? There's a bunch of other players here, a bunch of NPCs as well that I can interact with, like this person here that it looks like I can go and get a side quest from, which is again, right, a really big thing for RPGs. So I'm going to go check out this side quest too and see what this side character here needs from me. And these are ways to get extra XP and extra rewards as well. And I think they're especially important in this initial part of the game where you're kind of building experience and getting every credit that you get, every crystal that you get. So there you go. That was showing you what I'm going to get for completing this mission. You know what? I may as well take it on. I'm not exactly in any rush here. But first of all, let's go and take out some of these Terminator-looking kind of troops here. So the game, I think I touched on this before, but the game does have an autoplay feature, right? So I could just, if I select one of these, okay. So I guess I'm in the middle of a fight there, but that's fine. You can talk to me. Cool. Glad this all helped. Glad it worked out really well. Thank you. So I'll go and I'll carry on with that mission if I want to get the reward. There's an extra stage to it, but that's fine. I'll beat up some guys first. So yeah, it does have this autoplay function, right? So I can just kind of click on one of those objectives and then click the autoplay button, and then it'll just kind of follow that objective for me, whether it involves, attacking people, whether it involves going to a certain place, tracking something down. Oh look, there's a crystal here that I can get, even though I'm currently being attacked. Again, picking up all of this stuff, don't exactly know what to do with it yet, but it's kind of fun just to be going around and collecting it. But yeah, I think probably in order to kind of level up, especially through these early stages, I think probably you are going to spend a lot of your time on autoplay, frankly, just because it's cool to be in this kind of immersive environment, right? Very, very different from Marvel Strike Force, very different from Galaxy of Heroes or anything like that. But that means if I'm going to actually do this, if I'm going to work out, say, by myself where I'm supposed to go, see, I've got to keep checking this map, and it requires quite a lot of kind of mental engagement from me just to really work out where I am and what I'm supposed to be doing, just how to navigate the environment, right? It requires a lot more. There's another crystal there I can pick up. Requires a lot more kind of brain power and a lot more concentration than games like Marvel Strike Force or Galaxy of Heroes that I'm more used to playing on mobile devices. And I think as we see more games like this, which are kind of console level games appearing on mobile devices, I think that's going to be the way of things. So I can imagine most people, and myself included, I'm going to spend a lot of time with this game on autoplay, right? I'm going to spend a lot of time with basically the computer completing missions for me so that I can power up, and then I can kind of pick and choose, okay, this is one that I want to focus on, this one looks like fun, I really want to listen to that dialogue, for example, things like that. Now the downside of that is, with this kind of really cool environment here, right? This cool looking combat and other players in the background that I can kind of interact with in various places. This really is a big drain on my iPad's resources. Now I'm playing this on my iPad, which I pretty much at the moment, I do use it for other things, but gaming, it's the same iPad that I play Marvel Strike Force and Galaxy of Heroes on. So gaming is one of the main uses for it. It's not necessarily what I intended it to be, but that is one of the main things I use this for. So that's fine. It can suck my battery, but if you were playing this on your phone, if you were at work or school and you were kind of playing this on your downtime on your phone, you'd want to be really careful because it is going to suck. It's going to suck your battery. It really is. It's draining, much more so than, say, those other games that we mentioned, Marvel Strike Force and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. This really could be kind of draining. I'm going to get above the battle here and swing. I learned how to swing. It was super easy. You just engage the Spidey web mechanism, and then you just move in the direction, and it kind of automatically takes you where you want to go. I was way overthinking it before, thinking that I had to kind of manually fire the web each time I wanted to carry on moving, but you totally don't. And it's kind of fun like that to be able to kind of move above a battle. I guess you could probably do that too if you chose a flying character, Iron Man, Captain Marvel, or Star-Lord, but I don't know. I had to go with Spidey. Spidey's definitely my favorite. So a lot of picking things up right now, a lot of taking side quests, a lot of exploring this world, and I am having a ton of fun. So the other games that I played before in anticipation of this were Marvel Contest of Champions, which was cool. Not saying there's anything wrong with the game, but it wasn't my cup of tea, wasn't really my kind of thing, couldn't see myself playing it. And then Marvel Future Fight. Now both Future Fight and Future Revolution are made by Netmarble. So I was saying maybe Future Fight was going to kind of be supplanted by Future Revolution. I don't know if that's the case. Honestly, I have no kind of insider knowledge on this. I don't know. I'm not saying that they're not going to support that game anymore. I have no reason to believe that. But they are kind of similar in terms of the controls and in terms of the way you could kind of explore the environment. It's just that this is on steroids. Obviously, there's other players involved, so it's got that MMORPG element, and the world is just beautiful. And the gameplay, this gameplay's just insane. If you can see this right now, I'm kind of, desperately switching between combat and then trying to pick up these side missions. It's really on another level. So unlike those other games that I tried out, I did enjoy them, but I sort of thought these really aren't for me, I could really see myself getting into this game. I don't know how I would manage that with 3 games, because I am already very much invested in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes and Marvel Strike Force, but I think I'm going to add this to my roster of games that I play and games that I make videos about too. So my question to you, I think this is as far as I can kind of go with exploring this game. My first time playthrough, I really need to get some more experience before I can make more in-depth videos to explore this game fully. But my question to you is, what do you think? A, have you been playing Marvel Future Revolution? Have you been playing it on a phone? Are you playing it on a PC? Or are you playing it on a tablet of some kind? Let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, and feedback on generally what you think of the game. Maybe you're not playing it yet, but it's something you're thinking about playing. Maybe you really don't want to play it and it doesn't appeal to you. I'd love to hear your thoughts, comments, and just whatever your take on this game is. I'd love if you'd share it in the comments down below. I'd also love if you are a member of this channel, if you do watch my videos, what do you think about me making more videos on this? I'm really enjoying it, so I'm leaning into, I might do after I've got some more experience under my belt, but let me know down below if you want to see more of this. Thoughts, comments, and criticisms always welcome. Well, this is kind of my intro journey into Marvel Future Revolution. Thank you so much for coming along on this journey with me, for being a part of this this new experience in mobile gaming. I think it's pretty cool. I really think it is a little bit of a revolution, if I'm honest. This is very different. I've not played a game like this on a mobile device before. Thank you for coming along and being part of it. If you have enjoyed this video, found it informative or entertaining in any way, please consider giving it a like, a thumbs up down below. I really do appreciate it. And while you're here, why not consider subscribing to the channel? I drop new gameplay videos for Marvel Strike Force, Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and potentially now Marvel Future Revolution. And I do that every single week. I'd love to have you along for the journey. Well, that is all from me today. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. In the meantime, look after each other.